Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to see The Naked City. I'm Burt Leonard, the producer. This story was not photographed in a studio. Quite the contrary. The actors played out their roles on the streets and in the buildings of New York itself. There are rodents who carry the deadly germs of plague. Everything they touch, they contaminate. Likewise, there are men who bear the seeds of death. Yet there is a difference between the rodent and the man. The rodent does not comprehend his deadliness. The man does. This is a story of such a man.
How's the Count? Sorry, Count. I forgot. Long time no see. Stubbleman drives. Lance? Well, it's a long drive out here, but the air is great. Great air. Better than the city. Better than that bay fog in Frisco. Huh? You didn't return my calls. I guess the phone service out here is not too sharp, huh? Anyway, the boys and I thought we'd take a little drive. What's 17 miles after 20 years? So here we are.
Yeah, here we are, but we're just talking to ourselves.
Shut up.
Look, I shot guys for just stepping on your shoe shine. Now, who does he think he is, Mr. Cordelli?
Gonna ask me in, Count?
Johnny, get out of here. Clear out.
What is this?
What's a brother for if he can't register a beef? Got no respect for the family, kid? Let him talk.
Johnny's home now, and he's staying home.
I haven't heard him say.
You were 20 years in Alcatraz. You won't be so talkative, mister.
It's Mr. Cordelli, huh?
Let him get his throat cleared. After all, a man who's got a lot to say like him. A man who's got chickens and plenty of vegetables. How many chickens have you got?
Tell him to leave you alone.
Look, Mr. Baker, I don't blame you. The Count's been away a long time and you don't want to see him back in. But a talent like he's got, well, you can't hide that under a bunch of turnips, you know. You toss it around, Count. Make up your own mind. But let me tell you this much. I got the big one for you. Something you've been wanting a long time. Maybe you don't want it anymore. I got your baker's dozen for you. The 13th guy. The one who rounds it out for you. You used to say it had to be the biggest. Remember? Remember the time you passed up the contract for Wolfie in Detroit? Let some punk take Wolfie. Remember, Count? That's what you said. Well, they don't come any bigger than Salvatore Martino.
Martino? I thought he could never be touched. Weren't those orders?
We just changed the orders.
When's it for?
Tomorrow. 10 grand. 15.
Martino, I give you. It's on me.
John!
I waited a long time. A long time.
Hey, you think we got time for a cup of coffee?
No, you better call Parker first. I'll tell him he won't have a second cup.
He's not that bad, Jimmy.
You tell that to my saddle sore. 65th Precinct. Lieutenant Parker. This is Halloran, sir. Frank and I are on our way in. We thought we'd stop and... All right, sir. We'll be right in. See what I told you? He never lets up. He wants us there 5 minutes ago.
Did he say why?
Salvatore Martino.
Salvatore Martino's a who, not a why.
He got himself in the newspapers again, and this time we've got him. In the Municipal Court building tomorrow, Senate Investigating Committee. It's going to be on a coast-to-coast hookup.
Hey, we gonna be on TV?
No. We're going to be on the steps outside, you and I and about 15 others. We're going to protect him.
Martino must be hot.
Sweet, huh? How's about this one? Machine pistol. Mauser.
Too much climb.
We take a lot of pride in this arsenal. There are some countries on the map that don't have this many guns in their army.
You show him the grease gun, Mr. Credelli, because he can't miss if he uses this piece.
Like it?
Not for this job.
How's about this one?
That's like fishing for trout with a 60-pound test line. These I heard about when I was on the rock. M1. Yeah, these I really heard about. I want about 50 rounds, real fast.
50? Count, you always made it with a single. One shot, remember? What's with the 50?
I've been away. I want to test it. Still got the range downstairs?
Yeah.
That's where I learned to shoot.
I didn't know you ever learned, kid. I thought you carried the gun around for the weight. And I want about a half a dozen 100-yard small bore targets. You better write this down.
Write it down.
And then I want 3 clips of Denver 1945 loadings for the actual hit.
Denver, 1945 loading.
Yeah, with the hardest brass casings you can buy. And the toughest primer cups.
Casings? What's that for?
Look, I'm going to put a clip of 8 into Martino in about 4 seconds. That means the casings will be ejecting like popcorn. About that time, I'll be too busy to pick up casings. The harder the brass, the tougher it'll be for the cops to match up the markings with this gun. If they ever find it.
You see? That's the kind of thinking that made the count number 1.
Yeah? But what about those 8 pills Martino's gonna swallow, huh? Because they can sure check where they came from.
Yeah, well, you are going to take this piece right back here. And you're going to shoot it about 200 times downstairs. Rapid fire. That'll change the rifling characteristics of the barrel. They'd never make a match. Understand? You still got the machine shop? Well, after I finish testing her, I want to drill into the barrel. From the muzzle back to the breech. Oh, about 4 rows. Radial holes, 90 degrees. Oh, and I'll want a row of stainless steel wire screen.
For what? What, do you want, a chicken coop for your farm, huh?
A silencer. You know what silence is, kid? It comes in 2 styles. A closed mouth or a sealed coffin.
Martino ought to be here by now.
Ah, it'll be a few minutes yet.
Oh?
Well, look for yourself. The TV boys aren't set up yet. They got to record this for posterity. If he says anything worth recording.
Well, the word's out, Frank. That guy's gonna be a regular filibuster. Names, places, dates, the works.
You can catch cold that way, from all the holes.
What would you do if the DA grabbed you on an old murder rap? I think the one they're hanging on Martino goes back about 20 years. What would you do if they grabbed you and gave you a choice? The chair or a couple of pages out of your black book?
My black book? Jimmy, the dogs that are in my book, take the chair, kid, every time.
Okay.
Why not?
Your face is red. It's a bad sign.
Look, Baker, I'm up to here with you making me look like a million. You just take care of your end, I'll take care of mine.
You fire that gun before I shoot Martino. You smoke up this place before I'm set. I'll kill you.
What if that clerk comes busting in here?
Cover him. Don't blast him. I want it quiet. You hear me, kid? I want it so quiet I can hear Martino drop.
Down the alley. They keep staring at me.
Back in the car, Stubbleman.
He says there's cops out there.
Keep your voice down. You want the clerk to hear us? Take one of these crates. Carry it outside like you're loading a car.
But this cop, he keeps looking like he knows.
The worst he can do is walk back down here for a look-see. Maybe even come inside. If he does, that's his problem. Right now, Stubbleman, you got a worse problem. Get back behind your wheel or I'll drop you where you stand.
How about I ask him for his autograph?
What are you doing in here?
Ceiling zero, Mr. Try to reach. The paws up, way up.
freeze. Drop your gun.
Tell them I got one of their boys. Tell them Count Baker's got one of their boys. If they push me, he goes.
Come out.
Walk up. Keep walking.
Guy up there's got Halloran covered. This man said he's Count Baker.
You said that?
Tell him it's the Count. He said, Count Baker. If they push me, he goes. That's what he said.
Frank, get headquarters on the radio and tell them to send us everything they've got. And tell them to send it to me now. Tell them I want body armor, bullhorns, fire hose, the works. Tell them to send me the city.
Right.
Who let her cross the door? Unless you'd rather block it with yourself. All right, copper, over there. Cuffs on the left wrist. Tighter. Lock the other cuff around that pipe. Higher, above the joint.
Now, Baker, listen close. I'm only going to say this once. From now on, the only talk you're going to hear is gun talk. Check your watch. It's 10 past 10. At 12 minutes after, I want our boy to come outside on his feet. At 13 minutes past 10, I want you to come out with your hands in the air, the back way. You play ball with us, Baker, or you'll come out in sections. I got nothing to do the rest of my life but to dig you out. You hear me good, Baker? Baker, you're calling it.
Mr. Baker.
Mr. Baker? You're on a slide to nowhere, kid, going fast. You still got manners, huh?
Don't underestimate Lieutenant Parker, the voice you just heard. He means what he says. If you want to walk out of here alive, you better yell out that window and tell him we're coming down right now.
You're not scared.
I haven't got around to it yet.
If I had you with me instead of that punk kid, I wouldn't be here now. Only 3 left. You've been busy. You got any more in your pocket? You as me, you'd give up, huh?
That's right, I would.
Why?
Well, if I told you, you'd probably laugh.
Yeah, well, I could use a laugh.
All right. You see, I look at every day as a kind of privilege. Every hour is a bonus. When I go to bed at night, I say a little prayer. Not so much to ask for anything, but just to say thanks for giving me a crack at tomorrow.
Yeah, well, what you said. I ain't gonna laugh.
13 past, Baker. Last chance.
Say that prayer, kid. Say it for both of us. Your pals take their time.
You want to die pretty bad, don't you?
Well, all my friends are dead. I ought to know. I killed them.
Look, let me talk to Parker. There's still time.
Not scared yet, huh?
Well, right now, I'm sorry for you.
Don't be. I got no regrets. I had it good. And I was the best.
You don't want to live, do you?
Kid, I ain't got the words. And the two of us, we ain't got the time, so I could make you understand. Anyway, like a guy said, man, you gotta ask what it is. You'll never get to know. Now you feel it, huh?
You ever look at one, Baker? Ever look at one straight in the eye?
Well, we dropped the mister now, huh, kid? It's just plain Baker now, huh? I'll tell you something, kid. You got more moxie than any of them. They all died bad. No style.
How about Martino? Was that a good one? Did you get a kick out of that one? I'm okay.
I like you, kid. You got pride. Not many of us around anymore. Not like the old days. How's it count, they used to say. They'd look at me and shake and ask, how's it count? Only they wasn't just asking about me. They meant, how was I doing on my baker's dozen? You know what a baker's dozen is? 13. A regular dozen and the extra one for the baker. All my life I wanted that extra one. The big 13th. The pot at the end of the rainbow. Martino? He was the guy I wanted for the big 13th.
Well, what did he ever do to you?
He didn't do nothing. He was big, that's all. He was about the biggest guy we had around here, only the orders were he wasn't to be touched. I killed 12 guys. I got nowhere to go. So the feds get me on a tax rap. 20 years. 20 years, kid, I keep remembering Martino up there at the top. Living high. Living safe. And I want to pull him down.
Well, you got him, Baker. Yeah, you fixed him good. How's it make you feel?
No, I got no feelings, kid. Except talking to you, I had a thought. I got a thought that maybe dreams ain't worth much once you get them. It's only when you're going after them. They're muscles. Yeah, that's what they are. They're steam that keep you going. But when you get there, you're nowhere. Like now.
I blasted your boy!
You're okay, kid.
You get out to Farmingdale. You tell my brother.
As there are rodents who carry the deadly germs of plague, so there are men who bear the seeds of death. The rodent is not aware of his deadliness. The man is. But neither does the rodent know mercy. The man does. There are 8 million stories in the naked city. This has been one of them.